and the Junior Board of Directors is proud to support Faribault Community Television.
This is Gary at KFC in Faribault, Minnesota here. I'm a proud sponsor of FCTV.
Hello everyone and welcome to April's edition of FCTV News. I'm here with Jake Buddy from Faribault Rent and Save.
Hi.
We're here 6 feet apart. Jake, what's new for the spring?
We got a lot going on here at Faribault Rental. We're trying to be ready for what's going on. We know a lot of people are going to be at home here in the next, hopefully, couple weeks, maybe a month, and so we're just trying to be here for everybody.
We'll be back in just a little bit to hear about what's new with Jake.
My name is Mona Kaiser. I'm the director at Buckham West. A lot of people know us as the Faribault Senior Center. So Buckham West has a new program that we're launching in the wake of all the changes in the world right now and the coronavirus. We want to do our part by helping people receive a nutritional noon meal every day. Many people know Buckham West as a place where people can get a noon meal. We've been doing that in Faribault for over 40 years. You can walk in, you can get a great nutritious meal for a suggested donation price of just $4. Since we are now unable to host people in our building, we had to figure out another way for us to get food to people even though they can't come in our front door. You're familiar with the Meals on Wheels program, which is a meal that's delivered to people that are homebound. This is a little different than that because we're not going to bring the meal to you in your home, but we're going to make it available to you at our curbside. What we'll ask of you is to call and place a meal order, and you can call the Senior Center Kitchen at 332-7680, 332-7680 to order your meal. You need to order at least 1 day in advance, or you can call Buckham West on our main number, 332-7357. Ordering your meal the day ahead, and then you'll come pick it up. We'll have it ready between 11:30 and noon every day, Monday through Friday. And you can order a 5 days in advance. So you can call a day at a time, or you can even call and order multiple meals, up to 5 meals in advance. There will be no money that's exchanged. The price is a suggested donation of $4, but in this case, we will track that for you, and you will receive an invoice for your suggested donation amount a couple of weeks from now. So give us a call 24 hours ahead to order your meal for the next day, and we'll have that ready for you. The restrictions are this meal program is only for people that are 60 and over. So we really are focused on that population, 60 and over, and the cost is suggested donation of $4. Please give us a call. We'll have a meal ready for you. If you're a new diner, mention that when you call in, because then we'll have another couple of questions to ask you, mailing information and so on. So I hope to see this program grow by leaps and bounds. We really want to do our best to make sure everybody gets that nutritious meal every day. So thank you so much. Stay well.
Hi everybody, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic. Thanks for joining me. So this is the middle of a typical work day. This is a Tuesday, 1 o'clock, and we're kind of out here. Troy's with me. We're out here in our waiting room, and you can see there's nobody here. This is a whole new world that we live in. We've been closed down. We are still seeing urgent and emergent cases only. Now, In my world, that includes anybody with new eye pain that's true pain, sudden loss of vision, an obvious infection, or those people who get treatment for a vision-threatening disease. So what that means in our clinic is everybody who gets injections for retinal disease. We have called you, you know, we're gonna arrange for everybody to come in, we'll space you out, but that's really reduced us to about 2 half days a week here in the clinic. I'm in today with no patients here because yesterday we've been ordered by the governor to do inventory of all of our sterile supplies so that the state has an inventory of where everything is, so that as COVID-19, the COVID-19 crisis progresses, we can allocate the sterile supplies where they need to go. Now, this is being filmed the last week of March, so you're going to see this in April. And what I want to do is just give you my take on what to expect as we go through this. So we've been shut down as a state for a week already. We're now into week 2. And you're going to see the incidence of cases continuing to rise, not necessarily because the virus is spreading that fast, but because we're being able to test more people. So there is an infection curve that we do not yet know because our testing capacity is well below that curve. So as we test, we're going to skyrocket till we hit that curve. And then we should see it either continue to climb because the virus is spreading or flatten out because we're at the top of the curve. Problem is, we don't know where we are. We don't know where that curve is. Now, long term, what to expect? Well, the virus has a cycle of 2 weeks. So if we shut down for 2 weeks, that is one life cycle of the virus. If we shut down for 4 weeks, that is 2 full cycles of the virus. If we shut down for 6 weeks, which would put us to the end of April, that's 3 full cycles. Now, regardless of how long we decide to shut down and when we can start to go out again, whenever that happens, we're going to see a spike. We just don't want the spike to be very high. The whole goal of this is not to eradicate the virus. We cannot do that. The virus is here. It's going to spread to those people who are susceptible and to those people who simply haven't had it yet. But we want to slow the spread to the point where the healthcare system can manage the number of people who get sick. Not until we have a vaccine and we've cycled through this for what is in essence one full flu season, will we be able to dampen that curve proactively, and that will be a vaccine. But what you all have to keep in mind is that as soon as we start moving around again, we are going to see the cases spike. We just want that spike to be low. That's the whole goal. We're not going to eradicate this, so don't think you are, but people who get it and recover will then have some level of immunity. That means that as we get out and move around, there's fewer people vulnerable to it who haven't been exposed. That will blunt the rate of that spread. That's the most important piece to next flu season, because this is likely to be a problem going forward each flu season, although that's really a question for the epidemiologists. But in the future, we are going to have some level of immunity within the community. Those of us who've been exposed or will get exposed and do quite well are not going to be nearly as susceptible to it, if at all, in the future. So for now, I ask a couple of things. Stay indoors. Stay away from a crowd. Troy is filming me, but we're 6 feet apart, and I have my mask in case he decides to spit at me. But in addition to that, think about this. Order some takeout. We've got some great establishments that make some great food that are not allowed to be open. Cut that out.
Yeah, we'll start back up with we got some takeout food. Okay.
So think about this. Please order some takeout from somebody, from your favorite restaurant. Give them a little business. They're going to be hurting, just like everybody is. And we want to make sure that businesses are viable when they come out the other end. For now, stay inside and stay well. Thank you.
Hi there, Chuck Teal here with the Chamber of Commerce. We just want you to know a couple of things that we feel are really important at this time. We want you to know that we're here for you. If you need anything, please call us. We also want you to know that we are a really reliable source when it comes to questions that you have. So just imagine when you're scrolling through Facebook, just understand that some of those things aren't going to be reliable. But you can always go to our website, which we have posted here, faribaultmn.org, and we have our coronavirus resources page. Please go to that. There's really valuable resources. One of the resources we have is from the SBA, the Small Business Association. They have just released funds for a loan program in this crisis. And also, the state of Minnesota recently released some funds from DEED, which actually goes through our local initiative foundations, and you'll be able to get funds there or apply for funds there. What I would say is check with your local financial institution first. So thank you very much, and always feel free to call us.
Hi, I'm Kelly with the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. As you're all aware, the situation regarding COVID-19 is ever evolving, and as such, so are the businesses of Faribault. Many of our eateries are making the necessary adjustments to serve customers with curbside and takeout options, and we have a complete list on our chamber website and Facebook page. Many shops are showcasing products on Facebook or adjusting their hours or also offering pickup services. Other retailers and banks have adapted their offerings, and you can find that list as well at faribaultmn.org. If you're currently not in need of goods or services, but you still want to help those local businesses, ask them about purchasing a gift card over the phone or online. If you'd still like to enjoy our beautiful area while following the CDC recommended social distancing, you can find a moment of peace while walking our trails or park systems, exploring the Riverbend Nature Center, or visiting the Near Strand Big Woods. And additionally, history buffs are going to love the self-guided downtown walking tour that the HPC put together. And you can find a link to that on our Faribault tourism page, visitfaribault.com. While you may not wish to travel right now, it's the perfect time to find inspiration and enjoy all the beauty in our backyard right in the Faribault area. As the world learns more about this pandemic, we're going to find new and better ways to serve our community and visitors. And we know that online can seem the easiest, but we beg of you to keep your local businesses in mind and help them. We're going to be a resource for those businesses and our communities now during COVID-19 and also after, when they'll really need us to all band together. More information and all of our contact information is available at our website, faribaultmn.org. Thanks.
The Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism understands these times have found some of our community temporarily without a job, while other members are looking to hire additional on a short-term basis. If you are a business that is looking to hire on a temporary basis, please send a brief summary of what you are looking for and contact information. If you're looking for a job on a temporary basis, please see our resource page for the contact information and short-term help inquiries. We also, on our website, have a direct link to the Minnesota Unemployment Office. We are the calm, effective voice of business in the Faribault area. If any business is in need of assistance during this crisis, please contact anyone on our staff. Our doors might be closed, but we continue to work hard for you. Our contact information is posted on our website, www.faribaultmn.org.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm the pharmacy manager at your local Hy-Vee in Faribault, Minnesota.
And I'm sure you're wondering what we're going to talk about today, or maybe not. We're going to talk about the coronavirus. And so, you know, we're all seeing a lot about it on the news, so I probably don't need to talk much about, you know, what it is. So the best thing you can do to try to prevent getting the coronavirus is to stay home. That is the #1 thing you can do. Get plenty of rest and drink lots of water. Stay well hydrated. Rest is going to be the #1 thing. Everyone's coming in asking, like, should I take all these vitamins? You know, maybe I need emergency like every day, and that's not going to more than likely prevent you from catching this virus. So the best thing you can do again is just rest. Stay at home when you can. If you need to go out, you know, make sure you're using hand sanitizers. Those have more than 60% alcohol in them, so that you're making sure that it is actually killing the virus when you use it. And try to stay 6 feet away from people. Hy-Vee is recommending that you stay 2 cart lengths away from people when you're shopping or when you're checking out in the store. 2 cart lengths is a little bit more than the 6 feet that's recommended. And you know, when you're going through the checkouts now, we do have nice plexiglass between us and the cashiers, so that is keeping you safe and us safe from germs passing between each other. Also, you know, if you're not feeling well, the best thing to do is to come through our pharmacy drive-up instead of coming inside the store, and that's why I'm standing outside today, because the drive-up is a much safer place for us to pass things to you, and you're able to, you know, pay through that and all of that before, so that you're not spreading germs back and forth. That drive-up is a good barrier for that. And if you're needing a few things from the store, you know, when you come for your prescription, definitely just let us know. We've been delivering milk, eggs. I even procured some blueberries for a gentleman. So if there's something that you're needing and you're not feeling well, please come through the drive-up. Even if you are feeling well, the drive-up is a good option because there's just less contact with people. And so if you're coming to pick up your regular prescriptions and for some reason you're in that age group where you're over the age of 60, that's more likely to get the virus, or you're immune compromised, or have other medical health problems, it is best to use our drive-up service for your prescriptions so that you're not exposing yourself unnecessarily. So if you have any questions at all, please just call the pharmacy. We're happy to dispel any rumors that are going around about the virus. If you have questions about what's safe to take, if you do get sick or who to call, please just give us a phone call and we'll help you through this. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cassie, and I'm back with Jake at Faribault Rent and Save. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's happening this spring?
Yeah, we're just busy trying to get everything ready, all the tillers and overseeders and power rakes ready to go for the spring. We know there's a lot of projects to be had no matter what's going on, and so we're just trying to be open for business and ready for what's coming our way.
So do you guys have extended hours or different hours?
Well, as of now, we just have our regular hours. We're just trying to be here for the construction industry to try to keep things moving along as safely and as normally, I guess, as possible.
Perfect. And how can we contact you to rent some of your equipment?
Yeah, well, we're open 8 to 5:30 every weekday, 8 to 4 on Saturdays, so we're still answering the phones, all locations open, and just trying to adapt to what the new normal is.
I'm going to be planting some grass seed next week. How should I go about renting some equipment?
Yeah, well, it's a good time of year to do that. Always in the fall or real early spring is the time to do it. We do have walk-behind gas-powered machines that will slit the ground and plant it and shake the seed down on top of it, which work great. Or if you have a bigger area, we've got tow-behind options also. So that's just an example of what's going on in the spring.
For all of your spring project needs, give Jake or anyone here at Faribault Rent and Save a call.
to the Rice County Historical Society. By now, most of us have been listening to and thinking a lot about the coronavirus, the COVID-19, and the state governor and local states of emergency, of lockdown, people are staying at home, etc. And I just wanted to reflect a little bit on that. Two things. First is many students are at home, we understand, and as you navigate that, and you might have need to look into local history research possibilities. You might be working on a journal, or you've got a history question or social studies question that you're trying to answer, and you might need to reach out to somebody, but you're needing to stay at home. We here at the Rice County Historical Society, although we are closed, we are still monitoring emails, and we're happy to help out. But also, I want to remind you all of some of the things that we have on our website. At the very top, under Research Education, there are some options. Research Library, Oral Histories, Education. This one is especially the link to the 1855 video series. That's the great series put on by Sam Temple and Logan Ledman about varying folks within Faribault that have done history, some topics, everything from Alexander Faribault all the way down to the Faribault Woolen Mill and so on. But also, and perhaps most significantly for those doing research, is our links page. And as you go here, you can find there's some places to find the books that we have, but also things that are online. The Carleton College Archives Digital History Collection. The History of Rice County, written in 1882, long book, but really fascinating read. The History of Rice and Steele County from 1910, book Volume 1 and 2. Volume 1 is the nuts and bolts history of, when did a certain town get started, or when was a school district assigned. Volume 2 really focuses more on biographies of people, that sort of thing. The number of buildings that we have in the National Register, a cemeteries map, and so on, other local historical societies, and then, for those of you that are perhaps adults, and not necessarily needing to do research projects, but still have a research question, we have a whole list of helpful genealogical society or genealogical resources. If you want to find out how to access your land history, you can do that everything from the Rice County Beacon, which is going to be with the more recent history, or the Bureau of Land Management General Land Office records that go back to finding out who was the first homesteader on your land and what have you. There are a number of sites and places around, and even though a lot of facilities are closed, time and again we're hearing that staff are still monitoring emails and eager to help anybody with research questions. That's the case for us too. We're here to help, and we will be answering emails again, whether we're physically here in the building or if we're at home. But there's something else that we could use your help with, and it's unusual during this time. Everybody again is socially distancing and being careful and taking care to keep themselves and others healthy. But this is not the first time that we as a society have navigated a pandemic like this. We may also all remember the or at least have heard about, the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic, or more recently the polio epidemic in the 1950s. The challenge is that we have very little archive of how Rice County responded to those pandemics here in our archive. So that's where we're asking your help. Have you taken a photograph of any of the empty shelves at one of the local grocery stores? If you have, consider sending that to us. Have you got a photograph of family doing something that is perhaps unique because of the current situation? Kids studying or doing something like that? Now, I'm sure they study year-round, but you know what I'm saying. Something that is a photograph of an activity in home that is something that you're doing perhaps uniquely because of the situation. We'd love that too. But in addition to the photographs, we'd love your stories. think about starting a family journal, or just your own, a place where you record. What are you doing? How is this activity impacting you? What are you, have you set up a new routine at home? Write that down. What are you doing for entertainment within your home? How are you communicating with people and so on? Again, write that down. Whether that's physical with a journal or whether you're typing that in, consider recording what is it like to live in Rice County as we navigate the COVID-19 pandemic. Then also at the end, because we will come out of this on the other side, think about donating that to the Rice County Historical Society. That way you too are helping to preserve Rice County history. So just to recap, you can find all kinds of resources on our own website. Our website is www.rchistory.org. Also, as I mentioned, you can email us some of your own experiences through this whole pandemic, and whether you email them now or if you want to think about it and email them in a year or even 2 years from now. Our email address is rchs@rchistory.org. If you've got any questions, feel free to email. You can call, but we might not be here. Never know what is going to come ahead, but we're definitely eager to help out to the best of our ability. Again, our email address here is rchistory@rchistory.org. Find us on the web at www.rchistory.org. Give us a call at 507-332-2121. Rice County Historical Society, with your help, preserving the past or the now for future generations.
Hi, my name is Brianna Wheeler, and I'm the Executive Director at Riverbend Nature Center in Faribault, Minnesota. Today, we're out enjoying the beautiful nature at Hauberg Woods in Northfield, and it's my second favorite place to experience nature connection. Today, we can hear the chorus frogs, we can hear birds. It's beautiful. Today, I want to talk a little bit about you and how important you are to the operations of Riverbend Nature Center. If you are somebody who enjoys the education, conservation, and recreation that Riverbend Nature Center provides, we need you. We need you to become a member or donate. If you've already become a member or donated, please consider an additional donation at this time. This is a difficult time for everybody, and as a 501c3 nature center, you power up. There are a few things you can count on during these times of unknowns. One is that because of your involvement, thousands and thousands of people have had wonderful impacts on their lives from the nature connection that they can receive at Riverbend Nature Center. Two, you have a staff and board at Riverbend Nature Center who are dedicated to ensuring the survival of our nonprofit nature center, but we can't do it without you. And three, you have our sincere thanks and gratitude for involvement and interest. It's something that we should all be very proud of in these times, that for over 40 years, we've had this nature center to enjoy and connect with nature. Thank you.
is proud to support Faribault Community Television.
This is Gary at KFC in Faribault, Minnesota here. I'm a proud sponsor of FCTV.
This is going to do it for this edition of FCTV News. Jake, do you have anything else?
Yeah, we just want to say we encourage people to come out and keep renting as you need it. We are open for business, and we're just hoping that we can be an asset to the community during this time.